Well, the NDA may have managed to pass the RTI amendment bill in the Rajya Sabha despite opposition, but it technically does not have the numbers. The budget session has even been extended to the 7th of August, displaying the government's eagerness to pass as much legislation as possible in this session. To do this, the Rajya Sabha is key because the NDA already has an overwhelming majority in the Lok Sabha. So will friendly parties save the way for bills in Rajya Sabha? There's no majority yet, but is there enough support for the BJP in Rajya Sabha? And the NDA has managed to push through the RTI. What about triple talaq? Before we go back to the debate on these key points, let's take a look at how the numbers stack up in the upper house. It's been more than 5 years that the BJP has had a brute majority in the Lok Sabha, but a majority in the Rajya Sabha still remains a distant dream. The NDA has passed a record 13 bills this parliament session so far, but controversial bills like the triple talaq may hit the upper house hurdle for the ruling party. While the BJP blames the opposition for the delay in legislation and has extended the budget session to 7th August, the opposition wants such bills to be referred to select committees for scrutiny. The NDA has 111 members in a house that needs 123 for majority. This includes 6 MPs from TDP, SP and INLD who have jumped ship. For now, the government is dependent on occasional friends like the BJD, YSRCP and TRS to pass legislation. Sometimes abstinence also helps, like in the case of the RTI amendment bill, which was passed because of a walkout from the Rajya Sabha by the Congress party. The wait for unconditional support, though, is not far, with 55 seats set to fall vacant in April 2020. All right, let's get back to the debate, and that's the key question actually in this section. Manisha, Priyam, have they cracked the code on how to get more bills through? Because the window is fairly narrow. By April 2020, the ruling party could have a majority in the Rajya Sabha as well. Technically, they don't right now.
Yes, technically they don't right now. I mean, there is the extraordinary provision, at least on simple ordinary bills. For example, a joint session could be held where you don't require a 2/3 majority, and most of these bills can be passed there. But these are all extraordinary ways of doing legislation, and the BJP is correctly not resorted either in this house or in the one prior to this of going on through this extraordinary route. But yes, it does seem at this point of time, given the majorities that they have in the states of Uttar Pradesh and increasingly now in all other states in India, a lot of states in India, that the Rajya Sabha balance could tip their way. So then even this cooling powers of the Rajya Sabha, which represents the interests of the states, remember, it's a house where special interest matters, especially those which have a federal character, are taken up for special discussions. Now the cooling chambers for legislation, which are the standing committee, you know, or any other consultative mechanisms for the Lok Sabha, or it's coming for passage into a second house, all of this will be tilted towards a single party majority. It doesn't mean that we cannot have a critique of whatever the house does or the parliament does, we can, but the possibility to impact the direction of legislation will be that much less, given the fact that the BJP is inching towards a clear majority now, even in the upper house.
Yeah, so the question is, has a major check and balance in the system now been pushed back? Let me come to Sanjay Jha on that point. In your capacity today as a political analyst, it's pretty much the last.
Something, yeah. No, I just want to add.
Yes, Manisha, go ahead.
I just wanted to add one small thing. See, here the check and balance is not the responsibility of the BJP. It was for the other political parties to win the requisite number of seats in the Lok Sabha, for the Congress party to win greater numbers in the Lok Sabha, come up to the level of an official opposition party. All that has not been done. And remember, today in the passage of this bill, as far as I am aware, the BJD and the TRS have supported the BJP.
no, absolutely. I'm coming to that
Why
point.
is it the fault of the BJP?
No,
when
I'm
other
not-
parties present support the bill
Yeah, so-
and the Congress doesn't have
so-
the numbers,
so
so why should it be the fault of the BJP then?
No, so is anyone saying it's the fault of the BJP? I'm merely asking if a major check and balance has now taken a big hit. And we have to look at this apart and beyond the prism of BJP and Congress and opposition and ruling party. The Rajya Sabha has acted like a major check and balance. In some people's view, it's acted as a major hindrance to legislation. So either way, there has been a change there which is important to discuss. Sanjay Jha, you want to come in on this because the most effective, hathiyar in a sense, as they say in Hindi, that the opposition parties had was the Rajya Sabha. Is that dwindling, or do you see that dwindling in the days to come, especially after what we've seen today, considering the BJD, the TRS and the YSRC are some of the parties which could support the current government on various legislation?
Tamanna, let me not pussyfoot around but tell you unambiguously what is happening. India is witnessing the death of constitutional democracy. With due respects to Manisha Premji, I mean, the people have voted. You can't now, and the Congress party did not do well in the elections. You can't blame us for that, and therefore, virtually approve an authoritarian attempt to bulldoze the opposition to pass bills. I mean, I think that's an absolutely preposterous argument. My larger point is that the Congress party introduced 3 very pro-citizen transparent bills which gave, I think, the anti-corruption infrastructure a very solid architecture. Number 1, the Lokpal bill, we passed it in 2013. Narendra Modi appoints it 6 years later under Supreme Court, shall we say, dictum.
Yeah,
Number
so-
2,
yeah.
you look at the RTI, 14 years later is being diluted to death. And the whistleblower bill, which you stopped me from earlier mentioning, passed in 2013 by the UPA, has not even notified by the Modi government in 6 years. So that's why I keep coming back to the crucial point. This government is anti-transparency. It wants to keep its citizens in the dark. This is opacity. This is
Okay.
basically
Tohin,
a
you
sign
wanna
of an
respond to that?
illiberal democracy. Virtually, this is an elected, this is called as a democratically elected dictatorship.
If
It's
you
a
look
fact.
at the
Nobody can
number
deny
of
that.
RTI
Look at the
applications
state of
which have been
CPI,
filed in the last
CPI,
5 years.
CAG and the
I'm
C-
going to
and-
allow Tuhin,
and
one
the
minute, Sanjay, I'm
RBI.
going to allow
Number,
Tuhin
if
to
you
respond to
purely-
that. But before Tuhin, you begin, I
if
just
you
want to
purely-
comment on one point that you made in your answer, Sanjay.
If you
You said you
purely-
cannot blame us. You said you cannot blame us if people have not voted for us. Well, we have to blame you if people don't vote for you, and you have to blame yourself, and you have to ask yourself why. But that aside, coming back to the point, yes, Tuhin.
See, if you purely go by data and check the number of RTI applicants today in the last 5 years has gone up manifold. Why? Because the government has contributed to it by having a 24/7 portal. It has encouraged transparency, and all of these charges that we have diluted transparency actually don't hold. They are assumptions. They are exaggerations.
He's
Let
wrong.
me also give you a point when you mentioned that about the way the bill has been passed in the Rajya Sabha. Please don't interfere. Have that courtesy, please. If you talk about the manner in which the bill has been passed in Rajya Sabha today, I'll give you the example of Motor Vehicle Amendment Bill. That was a landmark bill, a revolutionary bill, which was critical, insofar as reducing road accident fatalities was concerned. But for the last 3 years, thanks to the Congress, that has been stalled despite going back to the standing committee, despite coming back from the standing committee by recommendations. So yes, if that is the way, let Congress put up a resistance even now. But we will go ahead with things we
Okay.
believe in. And next in line would be the Motor Vehicle Amendment Act.
Motor Vehicle Amendment, but let's not forget to talk about the big one, which would be the Triple Talaq Bill. Tathagat Satpathy, and I have very little time left, so I'm going to request everyone to keep their answers brief.
Absolutely, and that again is critical to
Tathagat,
saving Muslim women.
are you seeing a push next for Triple Talaq?
Am I seeing what?
A push next for Triple Talaq.
Am I seeing what? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Triple Talaq bill will pass because now in this yes, I can hear you now, and Triple Talaq bill will pass very easily because now the Congress is in a quandary and they don't know where they want to place themselves. They feel that if they oppose it, they will probably be seen as pro-Muslim. So they would like not to play that card. They are a confused lot, and all the woes that this country is facing today is all creations of the Congress, and the present government is building on that an edifice which is much stronger. It is not making the country stronger, it is making them stronger, and people are with them. So we will have to accept the new India, and we will have to see, wait, time alone will tell us how things turn out.
Okay.
But I think they will get it through very easily in Rajya Sabha, and today was a very clear indication of how their floor management is far superior, and the Congress, sorry to say, pussyfooting, they are the ones who are pussyfooting. They walked out, simply left the field.
Okay, I want to take a point of view from Sanjeev. I know Sanjay Jha wants to respond to that, but Sanjay, hold your horses. Sanjeev Srivastav, I want to know what we're going to see in the next few days as per your view. The next big one, of course, is triple talaq. There are others, but this is the most contentious one.
See, I agree with Tathagat. I think triple talaq will pass muster, but it will be still interesting what TRS and other parties do, Jagan Reddy's party, because they have substantial minority population, and what kind of posturing they'll do. But of course, the cause will be held if Congress decides to walk out or whatever. Fact of the matter is that you don't have to wait till April 2020, like you were saying, Tamanna, for a Rajya Sabha majority for the BJP. Their majority and overwhelming majority in Lok Sabha, and the desire, need, compulsion, depending on different areas and different leaders, whatever that qualification is, most of the regional parties are willing to play ball with the BJP. So things should be fine from right now only. One doesn't really have to wait till April 2020.
Okay, so this is a golden period.
Yes, for the BJP.
Yeah,
of course,
this is a golden period in terms of pushing legislation. Whether they're good, bad, or ugly, we'll have to wait and see. And see what their impact is, but definitely going to be interesting times. One can safely guess that this extended time in the parliament till the 7th of August will be well utilized in pushing legislation. That's all the time we have this evening on the India Development Debate, but as we wrap up this show, we leave you with one more story of lawmakers in a different state of Karnataka, where Karnataka Speaker K.R. Ramesh has disqualified 2 Congress MLAs and 1 independent MLA today. Why is it important? Well, because it could set a precedent for the other rebel MLAs, and if all of them are disqualified, it could impact the next government that the BJP is hoping to form in the state of Karnataka, which again will have a wafer-thin majority, and we know how that goes for the state of Karnataka. So that's another story we're keeping an eye on. That's all the time we have this evening on the show. Thank you for joining us. Hope to see you back tomorrow.